About 4 years ago, the sports world turned its attention here, to Bakariani, a skiing village in the Republic of Georgia. Nodar Kumartashvili, a luge athlete who was the pride of this town, was set to compete in the Vancouver Olympics when he was killed in an accident during a training run just before the games began. There were many questions about who was to blame for the tragedy, and even now, 4 years later, many of those questions remain unanswered. For Kumartashvili's family and friends, the most agonizing question about the accident is the simplest one. What happened? The coroner's report cited Kumartashvili's inexperience as an important factor in the crash. A report from the International Luge Federation agreed. But Levan Gurishidze, who was Kumartashvili's teammate at the Vancouver Olympics and his best friend since childhood, says the way officials reacted after the crash shows they knew the track was unsafe.
If they didn't make mistakes with the tracks, why did they lower the height of the starting point? Why did they make the modifications and lower the men's starting point by about 200 meters to the height of the women's starting point, and the women's even lower?
Kumartashvili's father, David, says the family was never interested in suing because a lawsuit won't bring his son back to Bakariani. But Kumartashvili's sister, Mari, told me that the family gave in to pressure from the Georgian government not to pursue a lawsuit in 2010, something she now regrets.
I've always had a wish, and will have it in the future, to clarify and prove, well, it has already been proved, that it was not Nodar's fault, and that he was a professional sportsman. But I still have the feeling that maybe, in the future, we might file a lawsuit. It's my wish, but my father decided differently in the beginning. From their side, there was also certain pressure as well from our government. They asked not to go to court. I would like to emphasize this circumstance. We didn't speak about lots of circumstances at that time, but a lot has happened.
During recent interviews in the Georgian capital of Tbilisi, Liri Kabelov, the president of the Georgian Olympic Committee, and Levan Kipiani, the Georgian Minister of Sport, denied Mari's claims of government pressure. Mari, however, says the Kumartashvili family is still considering all its options. In Bakariani, I'm Sam Borden for the New York Times.